Well, let's bring in Shadow Climate Change and Energy Minister Ted O'Brien, who joins us from Brisbane. Ted O'Brien, thanks for joining us. What do you say to what Malcom Turnbull's there? He seems to be saying that your nuclear policy is bollocks.
Well, this is why we need a national conversation, Andrew, because we know that right now we are amidst the greatest energy crisis we have had. We have a government that's bringing forward the closure of baseload power. We have a government that is not wanting to pour more gas into the market. And we've got a rollout of renewables that is running at a speed and scale, the likes of which the world has never seen. Now, those renewables need to have partners. They need to have complementary technologies. And as Peter Dutton has made very clear, we need to ensure that nuclear energy is one of those technologies on the table for assessment and review, a technology whose most advanced iterations allows it to load follow renewables.
So Turnbull doesn't know what he's talking about then, does he? He's the one who's full of it. Is that your view?
Well, my view is Malcom Turnbull is wrong on rejecting a discussion on renewables. Why is it that the United States, on nuclear, my apologies, why is it the United States is prepared to increase its nuclear footprint, as is the United Kingdom, as is France, as is most of the G20, but Australia isn't even prepared to consider it, talk about it? I think it's ludicrous. We need to have an open conversation in this country, and when we're amidst an energy crisis, surely now is the time for us to be talking about all technologies and not having some ideological opposition to one or another.
All right, well, let me ask you now about a couple of things the ministers have been saying in the current government. Madeleine King said to me that perhaps manufacturers should shop around for cheaper gas. What did you make of that?
Andrew, again, it's just the Labor cabinet. I'm baffled by this. This has been going on for nearly 6 months. They know prices have been skyrocketing. They were busted. They were caught out by their own budget papers that confirmed what industry knew. And now they're divided. So you've got Madeleine King, the resource industry, blaming the energy users. You've got the industry minister blaming the gas suppliers. You've got the treasurer blaming Vladimir Putin. They are spending so much energy and time among themselves blaming different groups. What they're not getting on with is trying to find a solution to a problem that is being felt by households and businesses alike. That's where their focus should be. Stop the blaming. It does not help find a solution. Government now, not in opposition, get on with it.
Do you agree with Ed Husick that gas companies are greedy?
No, I think it's a wrong starting point to say someone's greedy, someone's not. Because once you start negotiating on the basis of emotive language like greed, you're not going to get to a proper solution. Again, here we have a bunch of Labor ministers, none of whom have real industry experience, trying to negotiate with industry. Government alone cannot solve this. They need to be engaging with industry. They need to be engaging with other jurisdictions across the country to find a solution. They need to do it quickly. But honestly, going on national television, saying, oh, somebody's greedy, I mean, good luck trying to find a solution to our energy crisis with emotive language. It doesn't work like that, not in the real world.
What would you do now to seek to arrest prices?
Number one, I'd be getting together with the gas CEOs, something we called for on day one in opposition. The government cannot just practice the art of big government here. The only way you can get a solution is to ensure that there's a solution with industry.
But sounds like Madeleine King's tried that.
Is gas supply.
To be fair, Mr O'Brien, sounds like Madeleine King's tried that. She got her heads of agreement up. So perhaps that's not
But
enough.
It hasn't worked, Andrew, and the extent to which she has tried, good for her, but she's on her own amidst a divided cabinet. We have had the energy minister pull gas out of the capacity mechanism. We have had the federal budget pull money out of gas exploration. We have had the energy minister not encouraging gas exploration or new pipelines across the country. We've had an absolute demonisation of gas. We need more supply in the system. And so the first point for Labor, if they are indeed saying all options are on the table, then one option is more supply of gas. stop denying it and get on with working with the industry to pull more gas into the system.
Do you think capping prices isn't a potential answer, or a mandatory code of conduct, or even a windfall profits tax? What's your view on those three?
Well, if I start from the back one, I'm yet to see where more taxes are the answer to any country's problem. I know it is in Labor's DNA. It's their natural instinct. If there's a problem, throw on a tax.
All right, code of conduct.
I haven't seen that work elsewhere.
Mandatory code of conduct.
Look, if they want to have a discussion about code of conduct and it being mandatory, put it on the table. We'll look at the details, as we will any idea they put forward, Andrew. Peter Dutton's been very clear in his leadership. We'll be constructive where we can and critical where we must.
Price caps?
Again, we'll be constructive where we can, critical where we must. However, on price caps, I'll say this. We've just got to go back to the basics of economics, right? So there's supply and there's demand, and that influences the price, supply, demand. So if you introduce a price cap, you need to tell the Australian people and industry what impact that will have on volume, which is the demand, and supply. What impact will that have on inbound foreign direct investment? What impact might that have on our energy relations with other countries? Whatever solution they come forward with, they need to do their due diligence, and the coalition will do what it always does. We put the national interest first. We will then apply our own due diligence. Where we can, we'll be absolutely constructive. But if we disagree, we'll say so.
And just finally, what do you think Chris Bowen should be saying or doing at the COP27 this weekend?
Honestly, I think it'd be in Australia's interest if Chris Bowen doesn't come back. I think he should stay over there. He's absolutely botching the energy market here in Australia. He's being untruthful about the energy prices. He still stands by flawed modelling, promising a $275 decrease in people's power bills. He's better off if he stays over there and stops being in charge of Australia's energy market.
Oh, well, unfortunately for you, I think you'll see him in question time. Ted O'Brien, thanks for your time.
And yours, Andrew. Thank you.